Hi, everybody. We're starting something new. We are starting a series called Your Nomad Adventure Starts Here. And we thought we'd do a couple episodes, maybe 7 or 8 or 2 or 3, we're not sure, just to help all you people who are nomad or thinking about being nomad launch and get out the door to your nomad adventure. And if you already are nomading, chime in and help everybody else get out the door too and enjoy the wonderful nomad adventure that we're all having. So, where are we?
We are on the coast of Maine, enjoying the beautiful weather, somewhere near Bath, Maine, out in the woods, and really excited to kind of take it back a little bit and start off from the beginning on what our planning was like to be a nomad and to help you understand what it might take and make it easier for you to become a full-time traveler.
Right, because one of the questions we often get is, how do you start? So we're going to help you
Exactly.
figure out how to start. So if you're new here, I'm Chris. This is Steve. We're with our company called Eat, Walk, Learn, and we are a full-time traveling couple who sold all of our stuff and our car, all the things in our house, everything in it, and our house in May of 2021. And since we've actually been around the world. We've circumnavigated the world.
We have.
Yeah. So the topic of this particular video is, what is home? I think we've got some expertise on that, don't you?
We do. And, certainly home is a physical place, but it's also an idea. And for us, since 2 years ago, we sold our home and it's in Denver. We have had to kind of recreate what home is. And there's a lot of creative ways to do that. And one of the things that I think about is last Christmas when we were in Malaysia and we wanted to kind of decorate the house to make it feel like Christmas. What did you do?
There wasn't a lot of Christmas decorations to be had, but we found this Indian section of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. They were getting ready for New Year's, actually, the Chinese New Year, and they had all these fantastic Indian style decorations. They were bright yellow and bright orange and some blue and green too. But we just kind of gathered some garland, and then we went back to our Airbnb and we took this standing lamp and decorated it and kind of made it a Christmas tree, which we don't even really celebrate Christmas, but it just felt like a way to kind of make our home a home. Some of the other things that we do when we create a home is you carry pictures and things with you,
I
right?
do. I've got some photos that I carry with me, and I'll put those around, wherever we are, so that friends and family, and we can, be thinking about that like you would have in your house.
And we even have some collectibles. I have a little I used to collect porcupines, and Steve used to collect
Collect
owls. And so we each have, I think I kept one porcupine and you kept one owl. And we put that around the house too, just to make our wherever we are, whether that's a hotel, an Airbnb, a house sit, a tent, whatever, a cruise. Just we put those things around our location to make it feel a little more homey, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So other things that we do to kind of define our home is, one of the things that makes home is routines, right? Like, what are some of the routines you like?
Yeah, I mean, well, I wanted to talk a little bit about our experiences doing house sits. So for me, pet sitting or home sitting is really a way to feel like you're at home. You're in somebody else's house. It may not be your house, but it is your house for the time that you're there. And you have pets to take care of and maybe a yard to take care of. So one of the
One of the
things
things you love doing is mowing grass.
I do. I get out there and cut the grass, and it is just very, zen for me, and it makes me feel like I'm contributing, and it makes me feel like home. And also taking a dog for a long walk in the morning is something that I really enjoy.
Yeah, because
And
on house sits you can pick dogs or cats or birds or whatever, and although dogs take a little more work and they inhibit your ability to go out and about, it is nice to have them around. Just be normal. Take a dog for a walk and meet the local. What's your cup say this week?
yes, so we're having a little tea. It says
Just a little sign of affection.
just a little sign. Isn't that nice to be on my
There's another
mind?
example of home, having your favorite mug. Now, that's probably
Exactly.
not Steve's favorite
Yeah.
mug, but it's his favorite mug in this home, right?
Yeah, and that's actually a perfect lead into another way to really make a place feel like home is to have the kind of food that makes you feel comfortable, that you're used to. Both Chris and I are vegans, eat vegan in the home, and so to be able to whip up our favorite recipes and to be able to, have those feelings and my favorite kind of tea.
Like I like to
Certainly-
have just sweet, because you can get sweet potatoes everywhere, and you can make some sort of form of chili of some kind. So just a home cooked meal is for me a sweet potato with chili on top of it. So it's just a way. I mean, we love to eat the local foods. We're out in the local restaurants all the time. We're in the local grocery stores and local markets, and we do try all the local food all the time. But sometimes you just need that homey feeling, and that for me, that's a sweet potato with chili on it. So
Yeah.
Another thing that we like, another way to do routine. Sorry to interrupt you, babe. Is just exercising. We get thousands and tens of thousands of steps in as we are walking around all these different communities in locales and tourist destinations and so on. But sometimes just that regular exercise routine. We like to do yoga with Adrian in the morning, or maybe I might pull up a HIIT routine or an 80s dance routine on cardio just to, in the morning, make sure I get my exercise in before I go, because otherwise miss the exercise. But routines are, even though every day is new and every day is different in our life, routine makes home happen as well.
Right. And, we are Eat, Walk, Learn. And thank you for being here. And please, I appreciate if you would subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with us through our travels. And so Chris mentioned the walking. I particularly like the hikes that we do and enjoy the different places that we go hiking. And to me, that gives me, again, a feeling of sense of community, of being, one with nature.
Right, so recreating the things you did at home when you
Right.
go out. So,
Right.
when we lived in Denver, obviously we hiked, and Steve biked a lot. And so, we just pull up the All Trails app and set it to our local location, and boom, there's a hike nearby. I mean, we're in Maine. It's not too hard to find hiking in Maine, but we hiked in Greece, and we hiked in Kuala Lumpur, and we hiked in Taiwan, and we've hiked in every place we've been by using the All Trails app to just find a local app, or getting into the local Facebook groups for the expat communities or the local hiking groups on Facebook, and finding places to hike that way too. Same with bike rides.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Well, and that kind of leads into that feeling of home. A lot of people say, well, they can't leave home because of family or
Right.
or
Friends.
friends that are around. And I can say, in our experience, we've had a very rich social life. We felt welcomed in every community that we've been in, and also it's easy, if you put a focus on it, to stay in touch with family and friends. There's videos like this, or we have FaceTime with family, so that you can stay in touch, so you can feel connected to those people, even though they may be halfway around the world. We've also have had family come in and travel with us and be able to explore
That's
and
the
have these great adventures with us. So, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think one of the most important things that we've done to maintain those family and friends is to have regular, put it on the calendar, interactions with our people, and and usually that's FaceTime or Facebook chat or Messenger or something, or WhatsApp, whatever. But it's just like when you were home, maybe you had your Wednesday morning coffee clatch, or maybe you had your Friday afternoon run or whatever. You got to do the same thing with your family and friends now, even if you are in different time zones and different locations. So that's a real important part of your social well-being and your ability to make you feel like you're home, but you're not at home. So we want to know, where are you and what is home to you? So is this something that you're really concerned about as you launch your nomad life, how you'll do home? Or if you're a nomad lifer already, what's home to you? I mean, for me, home is when Steve and I are together. And I mean, that's really the ultimate litmus test of if I'm home, is if Steve is there and we're having just our, sit and watch Netflix and eat popcorn sort of night home experience. So home is probably the place where you start as a nomad, and finding how to recreate home as you start your nomad adventure. Help us with your questions and comments, and we would love to interact with you about this topic of home. Talk to you next week.